가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상천국과 천상천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Our first living space was a small, sparsely decorated room at the back of Chung Pa Dong Church. On one side, it connected to the chapel, and on the other two, the tiniest of country yards. Our kitchen was small and old-fashioned, with rough cement floor. I cooked for my husband in that kitchen, which was always smoke filled from coal, bouquet. From the first day I prepared his meal, I was quiet at home in that kitchen, which was similar to many my little family had occupied. I was quite deft with the cutting knife, even though my husband were cold. When people saw me preparing the various dishes without much trouble, they were surprised. Until a few weeks prior, they had thought of me as only a teenage nursing student. The church was always crowded with members, and my husband and I seldom spent time by ourselves in such a public setting. Father Moon and I would sit across from each other and talk about our plans for the world. Members would show concern and aju. Kuya, you are muted.
So thank you, brother, to our young member, one of our young people, brother Braille Macaso, for leading our Hondok reading this morning, the marriage supper of the Lamb. Thank you so much for our readings. Let's give a virtual clap to our reading. Next, brothers and sisters, is the 10 points of gratitude. And this will be given to us by one of our elder, if not pioneering member of Davao region. Is one of a very supportive and active member of our movement here in Davao region. He is a teacher. May I call and please help me welcome the brother Sir Michael Aldi.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, po.
Good morning, brothers and sisters from around the Philippines and around the world. I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to attend our virtual morning devotion. And there's a lot of heavenly fortune that I have to be thankful and grateful for before heavenly parents and true parents. And this morning, I would like to share with you my 10 points of gratitude. First, I thank heavenly parents and true parents for another day in my life na ako po'y binigyang lakas ngayong umaga para umpisahan ang araw na ito to attend heavenly parents and true parents to this morning devotion. Second, I thank heavenly parents and true parents for showing me the path towards heaven by attending the victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Third, I thank our heavenly parents and true parents for the new expression of truth, the divine principle that revealed the original ideal purpose of creation. Fourth, I thank our heavenly parents and true parents for all the challenges that I've been through in my life of faith. The formula course, frontline missions in the church, all those tribulation, difficulties that I have experienced help me cleanse my heart and make me a better person. Fifth, I thank our heavenly parents and true parents for the blessing of marriage that given to me and my wonderful eternal spouse, my wife Ritsuko, and gifted my family with two wonderful sons. 6, I thank our Heavenly Parents and true parents for the great opportunity, especially to liberate our ancestors and make them absolute good spirit through the blessing in the spirit world. 7, I thank our Heavenly Parents and true parents amidst the difficulties, the crisis that we are experiencing through this pandemic caused by COVID-19. Yuki, for keeping my family strong and safe. And 8, I thank our Heavenly Parents and true parents, for they are friends and close relatives of ours who are kind enough offer their moral and financial support as my family faces challenges and crisis during this economic slowdown caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. And 9, I'm truly grateful to our Heavenly Parents and true parents for the family members, those brothers and sisters, elders, our leaders who work with me, especially those time that I conducted the initial family blessing here in my hometown to accomplish my 430 couples. And for those who are committed to continuously lend their helping hands so that we could succeed in our tribal Visaya mission. 10th, I'm eternally grateful to our Heavenly Parents and true parents for all the inspirations that given to me by true parents, to the words, the guidance, the speeches that we are reading every day through Jongsong. It truly gives life and inspiration and deepen my understanding and strengthen my faith before heaven, Heavenly Parents and true parents. So for this, brothers and sisters, my 10 points of gratitude to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with you. Have a nice day. Good morning.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Michael Aldi. Let's give a round of virtual clap to our Sir Michael for giving to us and presenting to us that very inspiring 10 points of gratitude. So brothers and sisters, if you are inspired with the 10 points of gratitude, I hope ma-inspired din kayo. Ito sa susunod is an offering song. And one of our brother here in Abunturan is going to offer this offering song. May I call on our blessed couple, Mr. Jacinto Macaso. Wow.
Imagine there's no heaven. It is easy
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Brother Jacinto Macaso, for that wonderful singing. Wow, I'm very inspired for that. Imagine, he said, imagine if there's no heaven. But I'm saying, imagine if there is no song, imagine this morning Honduke would not be as wonderful as this. And once again, let's give a better clap to our hardworking brother, our blessed couple here in Davao region, Mr. Jacinto Macaso. At this juncture, brothers and sisters, I am requesting all our brothers and sisters attending this Honduke to set ourselves for once again, we will hear a non-stop flowing of God's words and blessing from our morning devotion and from our internal guidance given to us by our national leader. So for our internal guidance, may I call on our Reverend Leo Angelo T. Halog, our national leader. Give a virtual clap for our national leader.
Thank you very much to our elder brother, our center leader of Nabunturan, Pastor Jojo Gomez. Maraming salamat po. I would like to greet our heavenly parents and true parents. Good morning, our heavenly parents and true parents. To all our beloved leaders, Chandu families, Central families, and brothers and sisters. Good morning to all of you. Welcome po to our National Morning Devotion once again. I'm really inspired with the offering song of our elder brother, Kuya Jacinto Macaso. It was truly very moving and inspiring song. So we are all dreamers, right? Not only him, according to the song. Our Heavenly Parent also is dreaming to have a world of peace being realized, right? So this is all our dream. That's why we are doing our best to realize this dream. And thank you very much po. And I would like also to express my gratitude to our elder brother, our Kuya Mike Alde, for your very beautiful 10 points of gratitude. And it's really good to meet our elders and listen from their beautiful heart and sharing all their wonderful experiences. And really, of course, that they have gone through to grow and develop in this level. Maraming salamat po. And thank you to our Region 11 family for hosting today's morning devotion. Yeah, I'm sorry, yesterday we couldn't have a morning devotion. I visited Cebu yesterday. I'm really grateful. Our Blasantao families, our Chandu families, our leadership in Cebu, and all brothers and sisters for their very warm welcome. And I'm really grateful that this time somehow the situation is changing. Some areas, they are now more open. So with almost 2 years that we couldn't really meet each other physically, now the situation is changing, and really this is opportunity to really march forward even more and truly realize Heavenly Parents' dream. This morning, I would like to share with you. I will going to continue with True Mother's autobiography. I will be sharing. So let us study today this topic entitled Helicopter Plants Seeds of Love. True Mother said, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. The movie The Shawshank Redemption made a deep impression on me. The main character is a man who is unjustly imprisoned, endures prison life for many years, and finally escapes in search of freedom. Father Moon was unjustly imprisoned 6 times, and that similarity with the main character made this film move my heart. At the very end of the movie, the liberated prisoner writes in a letter, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. So maybe most of our members maybe have seen this movie, Shawshank Redemption. The main character, he was accused that he killed his wife, and the wife's lover, and then so he was imprisoned. So he was unjustly imprisoned. So mother is saying that she was really moved with this movie because also like our true father that was unjustly imprisoned 6 times. So there is some similarity in this film that really moved through mother's heart. And then at the very end of the movie, the prisoner writes the letter that really hope is a good thing and maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Yeah, so really, especially this time, many people have lost hope during this time of pandemic. Yeah, sometimes really I'm grateful also to listen from our blessed families yesterday in Cebu. I know really it's not easy during this pandemic, a lot of challenges and difficulties, but really what's good is that our blessed families and brothers and sisters is never giving up, continuously moving forward. So this is really the most important. As long as we have hope, Mother said that also according to the movie that hope is a good thing, maybe the best of thing, and good thing never dies. As long as we have hope and then continue to try our best. And sometimes maybe we feel so frustrated. We would like everybody wants to fulfill their responsibility. Everybody wants to become Chonbo family. Everybody wants to become victorious in our life. Everybody wants to fulfill our the expectation of true parents from us. But there are really many difficulties. But as long as we are keep on trying, and then as long as we have hope, right? Then one day we can truly realize this hope, because hope, as long as we have hope, it is for eternity. Actually, we are going to continue. So really, this is very beautiful movie, and really very moving. True Mother said, "Love awakens hope and courage in the most hopeless of circumstances. Hope, love, friendship, and beauty are unchanging, no matter how much time passes, and their value is eternal. Love awakens hope and courage in the most hopeless of circumstances. Today, many people have lost their moral direction and will lament the dominance of materialism. The only way to heal this pain is by living lives of true love for the sake of others, not thinking about oneself." Really, literally, we could see, in the society this time, especially during this time of pandemic, that many people really have lost their hope in many nations, even not only in poor nations, even in advanced nation. This pandemic, made people equal, made all nations equally, right? So that's why really people needs to come to a conclusion that with only our power, we cannot actually solve. We really absolutely need Heavenly Parent. We absolutely need God, right? And then what really makes us, hopeful, Mother's saying here is, love awakens hope and courage in the most hopeless of circumstances. So when we have, love, especially to our Creator, to our Heavenly Parent, right? And then in our own family, people who have, good relationship and really practicing love, especially within their family, these people never loses hope, right? So that's why, people who have, very difficult experience in their own families, these are the ones. That's why as long as love is present in our family, husband and wife loving each other, parents and children loving each other, and then people are always, trying to understand and really make God their priority in life, loving our Heavenly Parent, then always there is hope. Always there is courage to continue despite the challenges and difficulties. That's why we are really grateful, right? We have our true Mother directly guiding us. Our elders, our leaders, our parents are always with us, right? Because also we are in this community. But, this is not only for us. We have to give hope to others. Mother said that we have to become light of the world, right? Especially our young people during this time. That's why True Mother started the Rally of Hope. Can you imagine reaching billions of people? We have reached around 2 billion people in our rallies of hope. Can you imagine then all people who have received, who have watched, who have participated, then they were encouraged. They could really receive hope from our True Mother. Aju? Really amazing. So Mother said today many people have lost their moral direction and we lament the dominance of materialism. So the only way to heal this pain is by living lives of true love for the sake of others, not thinking about oneself. That's why how we are going to practice, how we are practicing living life, living for others. So this is true love, right? Living more than oneself. So through this, we can be able to really help others. We can heal people's heart. We can give hope to other people. So as long as we have love in our hearts, it always awakens hope, Mother said, and courage, especially in the most hopeless of circumstances, especially during this time. Almost 2 years already, right? Many people have lost their lives, not only because of COVID, but many because of losing hope, they decided to, end their life. That's why as long as, we have love, then hope and courage can always be there, even these very dire circumstances. And then we should be the people that really can give hope to others. Aju? True Mother said, true love is giving and forgetting that you gave. I open my eyes at daybreak and begin each day with prayer and meditation. I think very carefully about what I will do for whom, and then I act on that. Religious teachings and political and social reforms are important, but we cannot create a happy world through this alone. True love is giving a pair of socks with your whole heart to your neighbor who is shivering from cold. Sometimes it is sacrificing completely for an utter stranger whom you may never see again. True love is giving and forgetting that you gave. So, a lot of great works people are doing in the world, like, in all sectors of society. Our government, they're trying their best, right? Some, mga philanthropist people, these are important. So, Mother is saying here that religious teachings, political, social reforms are important. But we cannot create a happy world through this alone. So the work of the politicians, leaders of religion, through teaching and making social reforms. But Mother said we cannot create a happy world through this alone. So true love is giving a pair of socks with your whole heart to your neighbor who is shivering from the cold. So actually just simple things. Right? Most important is, people who are working as, philanthropists who are always giving. Right? So sometimes when we, passing by somewhere, we can see, lalo na po ngayon, maraming mga namamalimos. If you have something and then you give them some food, that is already, true love, this simple act of, giving. So not only the big, work that the government is doing, the religious sector is doing, it cannot just create a world peace or happy world through this. But if continuously people are dying of hunger, right? That's why if you just, help someone to overcome, hunger, even just for a moment, you have given some food to surpass, one meal, for example. So this is the act of true love that, can advance changing the world. So Mother is saying here very simple things. So sometimes it is sacrificing completely for another stranger whom you may never see again. So true love is giving and forgetting that you gave. Sometimes it's easy to give, but what's difficult is to forget that you have given. Minsan, lagi nating natatanda na I gave this to this person. Sometimes very difficult to forgive, right? For people who has a lot or who have, who have some, it's very easy for them to give, but sometimes really they cannot forget that they have given. So true love is giving and forgetting that you gave. This is really, we have to inherit. That's why Mother many times sharing, right? Many times she don't remember even to whom she have given, her ring, her clothes. Really, this is true love, how to really inherit from our true parents. Not only giving, right? But most importantly, forgetting that you have given. Aju? Mother said, today the Unification Church is recognized as a worldwide religion. So today, the Unification Church is recognized as a worldwide religion. But into the 1970s, we didn't even have a decent church building. My husband and I used all the money the church members donated for the sake of society and the world. When missionaries went overseas, they left with just a suitcase. They had to find work on their own and use the money they made to run their own centers. They dedicated the donations that came in to establish schools and medical clinics and to fund voluntary service. We have practiced this ethnic of sacrificial service for the past 60 years. So really, we could really see and really learn, especially for young members, what really our movement have gone through, really the sacrifices of true parents. So for young members who have just joined recently or just this time, you cannot see anymore. What you will going to see is the great and the unimaginable foundation that true parents have laid, our elders have established. But actually in the past, mothers saying here in 1970s, we don't have really, a decent church. But now when you go to Korea, you're going to see in every areas, we have very beautiful churches now, right? In some nations. But in the 1970s, mother said, even in our main, in Korea, we don't have. True parents have invested so much in the field of education. And then, even our helping people, really true parents have invested so much, you cannot imagine. If only true parents have invested this money to build, external foundation that we have, maybe all over the world, we surpass all these churches, right? With all the, if only externally true parents have invested, but not, we really invested to educate people and really help those who are really in need, really true parents. Every time there are, calamities, how much true parents is giving. Really amazing, our true parents, right? So now already people could recognize our movement. But the foundation prior to, to all these things that we are seeing now, really unimaginable effort and sacrifices of our true parents and all our elders, our missionaries, our pioneers who have really dedicated their life, right? And really for 60 years, mother saying here, really practice absolutely these teachings of true parents. Truly amazing. Mother said, we established the Ewon Bank, a service organization. In Korean, Ewon means a garden of love. In 1994, Father Moon and I established a service organization, the Ewon Bank, to enable all people to share love in Korea. It is not a literal bank. It brings people together to offer voluntary services. Everything from the provision of free meals to concerts for charity to international aid. So maybe some of you also have seen, we have service organization. I think also being led by our elder sister Hun Suk Nim. This I think this Ewon organization, they go to offer services, and also this is a great opportunity also for people to offer not only material things or their financial support, but even to volunteer for service activities. So really we cannot imagine how much true parents have, in all sectors of life and society, they are really thinking how to improve people's lives and how to end people's suffering. This is really the heart of our beloved true parents. Mother said, I established the Won Mo Pyong Scholarship Foundation. So in order to expand this further, I established the Won Mo Pyong Scholarship Foundation. This actually was the first major action I took after my husband passed away. Monetary offerings of condolence flooded in from all over the world. I saved all of it as seed money for this purpose. I also sold the helicopter we had used for our mission work and added that money to those funds. It all went into an endowment fund, out of which we have been able to give $10 million in scholarships to help educate talented people for the future. Excellent students from all over the world, including Korea, Japan, Southeast Asia, Africa, Europe, and America, are benefiting from this scholarship. We are truly grateful. Even in the Philippines, I think already many blessed families have been benefited by this Won Mo Pyong Scholarship Foundation that was established by our beloved true parents, our true mother. Can you imagine, the money, the donations during True Father Songwa, True Mother kept this. Really, how amazing our true mother, right? Really thinking about the future. And then mother sold the helicopter that actually, like very precious helicopter. mother soul, that thinking of the future, the education of our second and third generation. Many of our blessed families really has some difficulty sending their children to schools, especially when they reach college or they need to study in the university. Many of our blessed families, even in the Philippines alone. But can you imagine our beloved true mother, really the mother of the universe, the mother of peace, always thinking about, especially our second and third generation. Not only second and third generation, even many first generations are benefiting from this. Our students also from IPLC, many really are benefiting from this. Can you imagine, already the true mother have given already $10 million. So in return, what we also can do. That's why our young members, our second and third generation, through this, love that we are receiving from true parents, we have to determine to really become, really the future of not only of our movement of the world. We have to show to true parents, right, to our true mother. That's why families who are receiving, all of us actually, receiving this support from true mother, let's really determine and really work harder. Our young generations, first and second generations, needs to really grow up well and truly become the hope of our true parents, become the hope of Heavenly Parent, and become the hope of not only our nation, but become the hope of the world. Aju, true mothers continuously, doing her best to have this scholarship continues to continue, and really many more will going to benefit from this. Really, we are grateful to our beloved true parents, our true mother. Mother said, it is for the sake of our future leadership. Of course, Mother said, I heard some people buzzing about that. I heard that Mother Moon is selling the helicopter she and Father Moon used together. One would say, and another would respond, it's such a historic artifact. Shouldn't it be in a museum? While I respect expressions of regret over the sale of the helicopter and completely understand the sentiments, I made the decision. It is for the sake of our future leadership. While it is important to honor the past, it is more important to teach God's word and raise future generations of faithful leaders. So we can see how much really true mother is trying to really make really the future really bright for all of us, especially for the future, leadership centering on our young generations. Of course, it's very important, Mother said, true mother really understand deeply that helicopter that was sold was very, very precious. But even I think I heard also some speech of Mother before that, even Father, because Father also, Mother and Father, they are one. And then when Mother, offered the 3 years of devotion after Father went to the spiritual world, Mother said that Father's thought became her. And then Mother's thought became with Father. They are completely one. Mother's decision is Father's decision. Whatever Mother decided, that is the decision of true parents. No one knows, right? That's why what we need to do now is to just really unite completely with true mother and support completely true mother. Whatever true mother decides, right? That's why, we cannot imagine the challenge also that our true mother have gone through, especially when true father just passed away in the spiritual world, right? Really, we cannot imagine. Even many of, members that time, they couldn't really understand, right? But true mother, now we cannot imagine now. All the doubts now have been eliminated because we could see now how true mother really have elevated our movement, because this is not only true mother, this is true mother and true father, true parents are continuously working together, completely one. Even only we can see true mother on earth, but true father in the spiritual world, true parents, they're working as one. Aju, that's why we shouldn't have any, any doubt or anything. We have to unite completely with our beloved true mother. Aju. So really, we could see now the investments that true mother, the things that she have initiated. This is really together with true father. So now our movement now is in truly cannot imagine the level we have reached now because of true parents. A really great effort centering on our true mother on earth, right? Really amazing. Mother said, education shapes young people, and that young people shape the future.
The truth that education shapes young people and that young people shape the future will never change. To ensure a bright future, it is absolutely necessary to raise up youth of talent, wisdom, and virtue. Wonmo is made up of the Chinese characters won, meaning round, and mo, meaning mother. In the family, it is the mother who embraces each family member with love, despite their different personalities, and guides the family towards harmony. Pyong-e means to take care of the less fortunate, so all can stand on an equal plane in a cosmos of true love. I set the foundation for such education to endure beyond the generations. When children play with a spinning top, it is hard for them at first, but once it starts spinning, they can keep it spinning with minimal effort. A scholarship endowment is the same. It is difficult to establish, but once it is up and running, it is not too difficult to keep going. Really, most important, really sometimes very difficult to start something, but once you started something, the beginning really is very difficult. You need to put a lot of effort. So the same is true what mother is saying here. But as long as you started something, once you started it, it will just continue rolling, and it just be needing minimal effort to make it continue. So the same is true now. And then I think now many people also are really encouraged to really support True Mothers. Our members also supporting a lot continuously in Japan, from many nations, and then now even like Jim Rogers, we have partnership with Jim Rogers. And maybe we don't know exactly, but maybe supporting also a lot of our activities and events, the initiatives of True Parents. So now many people now, right? So that's why, because of True Mothers initiative and really thinking about the future. That's why really to raise up, to shape our youth, really education is absolutely needed. How lucky we are. We have educational institutions in our country. And then we cannot deny that really as we educate young people, through young people, the future can be shaped through them. Kaya nga, we have to really raise up continuously. This is one of our main focus in our movement, raising up the future. Of course, now becoming Chonbo, HTM, Providence, this is one very important. At the same time, raising up our young people, because even how much we have laid foundation ngayon, even already we make people, Chonbo, our tribe, we are taking care of our tribe, but how about the future? Yun yung pinaka-importante. That's why in 2017, True Mother also launched our IAYSP. Right? So this is really to raise up future leaders of our movement, of our society, our young people. Aju? That's why they will be the ones that will going to shape the future. That's why True Mother is investing so much in education. So mother said, when I put others first, I feel I am living a life. I am living, I think this one, a life of true goodness. Education takes time. We need to erect a wall to block the wind and watch our offspring 24 hours a day so they can grow into beautiful and moral adults. It takes 9 months in a mother's womb to create a life. Even after such a period of preparation, a baby cannot walk overnight. Children need to go through a period of growth. I forget myself when doing this kind of work. When I put others first, I feel I am living a life of true goodness. If we devote ourselves to the people around us with the heart that nothing we give for God's purposes will go to waste, we will find true happiness. When we are not fixated on our personal happiness, God will come to us. Really, many times that True Parents have told us that we didn't join our movement to live comfortably or just to be happy or just to go to Kingdom of Heaven. Mother said here, when we are not fixated on our personal happiness, God will come to us. So that's why we are not just living our life for our own happiness, right? But for the happiness. Actually, tayo, True Mother is always telling us to sacrifice even more, right? To sacrifice even more to really live for others. Especially in raising and taking care of our children. To raise up, the future of our our world, our young people, it will not just, take short period of time. Mother said education takes time. So we need to erect a wall to block the wind and watch our offspring 24 hours a day so they can grow into beautiful and moral adults. So if we are really thinking about the future, where to focus on the education and how to raise up our children. As Blessed Central families, our ultimate goal is to make our children become better than us. Our children need to become better than Papa, need to become better than Mama. Right? So we have to really raise them up. Ngayon, actually, dati, many blessed families, because of doing their mission, iniwanan nila mga anak nila. But now, Mother is telling us, do not leave your children. Siguro kung the father is doing full-time mission or the mother, at least one, right? We cannot leave our children anymore, right? So we need to really, always, sabi nga ni True Mother then, I'm reading, need to do always hundokhet together, you with your children. Now our challenge is how to raise up our children. But really, we have to focus in raising up our children. Kaya nga, it's good now, always joining public. Ngayon, we are doing public hundokhet. It's good, but you need to find time. Actually, Mother said that you have to start your day with your children, with your family. Yeah, it's good. So maybe as we do this and then find time, or maybe if not in the morning, find some time, right? In the evening, gather together with your children, right? So we really need to be the first teacher. We have to really apply this. So we have to really nurture them, raise them up. Like, Mother said, it takes 9 months for mother to create a life in the womb. Right? So children need to go through a period of growth. So Mother said, I forget myself when doing this kind of work. So when I put others first, I feel I am living a life of true goodness. So if we devote ourselves to the people around us with the heart that nothing we give for God's purposes will go to waste, we will find true happiness. So true happiness can only be found once we live really substantially for others, people around us, centering our own family, right? And then expanding to our community, to our tribe. Truly amazing what Mother is telling us. So we can only, be happy. God can only be with us when we are not only focused with our own happiness, right? We sacrifice for others, as parents for their children. Also, the children for their parents, husband to the wife, wife to the husband. Then our community to outside community, to other people. So true happiness can only be experienced if we live such a life. And then happiness can only come and God can only be with us if we really live for others. Aju? So let's really invest more in education, educating our own children, starting from our own families as the first school, right? We as the first parents. And then we can really raise up the future. Really now, this is now the challenge in the Philippines. We have more than 1,000 second generation now in the Philippines, second and third generation, including the Filipino-Japanese. The Philjap, second generation, we have more than 1,000. Can you imagine if we really can raise up all our second generation and even our young generation? I went to Cebu yesterday, we have many young generation, right? I could feel some spirit of second generation also. Really amazing, really great future, how to really raise them up. We can only raise them up if we sacrifice more during this time. As elders, as leaders, as parents. We can only secure the future of our nation, secure the future of our community, our society, the world, if we can really sacrifice and really raise up well our children and our young brothers and sisters. Aju, so let's unite together with our True Mother and really sacrifice more for the sake of the future generation, educating them very well in accordance to what true parents wanted them to receive, the education that true parents wanted them to receive. So once again, let's really appreciate our beloved True Mother for this precious guidance today. Thank you very much. Let's give a big round of applause to our true parents, our beloved True Mother. So once again, thank you very much, all beloved blessed families and brothers and sisters. The Heavenly Parents' love and blessings be always upon you and your families. Let's have a great day today. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much to our Reverend Leo Angelotti Halog for every day being the channel of heavenly blessing to all the members throughout our country, Philippines, and even overseas. Now, I understand many brothers and sisters who are also on attendance every morning. So thank you so much to our Heavenly Parent and to our true Mother who gave us the message, and of course to our national leader who is always untiring at hindi napapagod every day for giving us this internal guidance. So once again, our national leader deserves a virtual round of applause. Thank you so much, Reverend Leo Angelo Tihalog. So at this point of time, we will hear some realization and some reflections from the internal guidance given to us by our national leader. First to give is our sister. I know her personally. I knew her personally. She's a very hardworking and uh, a long time full-time member of here in Davao region. And she went to many places in the Philippines to serve. And as far as I knew her, he's a very good leader and a very good subordinate as well. So my dear brothers and sisters, please help me welcome to first give her reflections, our sister, Iris Tampipi Arzinas.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes po, Ate Iris.
Hi. Thank you, Kuya Jojo, for that wonderful, I should say, message. And thank you so much, Kuya Leo, for that internal guidance. I'm very lucky to be one of the persons who will give the reflections. So it's really lucky. I'm very, very lucky to be part of this morning devotion since my schedule changed morning. So I don't have any excuse to participate in the morning devotion. So I would like to share my reflection from the slides that Kuya Leo shared with us. So what I have here, or what I take note, is from the second slide of from the presentation. Your mother said, "Love awakens hope and courage in the most hopeless circumstances, and the only way to heal this pain is by living lives of true love for the sake of others, not thinking about oneself." So in this message of True Mother, I could see myself last year. It's really hopeless, not just me, but for the entire people who are affected with the pandemic. So I thought that when pandemic hits our country, or the entire world, our world will be like ruined, or this would be the end of our world. But it's really, it's a blessing in disguise that when pandemic hits, we still given a chance to have a work, and we still able to sustain our daily needs. So I actually prayed a lot to heavenly parents and to parents, if this will pandemic gave us a lesson or gave us a something to realize along the way. So it's a blessing in disguise because I was pregnant at that time. So I was still working, even though it's pandemic. I still travel, going to the office just to, sustain our daily needs for our family. But yeah, it's really lucky because they let us work from home, and really true parents work in our family because we've built a good connection to our physical families, and most especially to my parents, because few years ago we did not stay at home because we volunteered for how many years, and I just went home when I started family and straight to work because that's what we have agreed with my husband. But we're very lucky while I'm still working, and we built a good connection to our family. And while given a chance to have a single, or is a given a chance to have a a blessed child while the pandemic hits. So living our lives with true love in this pandemic, you cannot really survive if you are very selfish. That's what I have realized, because you cannot live alone, or you cannot live yourself just doing by your, doing it for yourself, because I cannot live my life just for myself, because I already have my family, I already have a son, and looking forward to give or to extend heavenly parents lineage in this physical world. So if I will be selfish, or if I will be too selfish enough just to think of the safety of myself, I'm not sure if where I am today right now, if God will give me a abundant blessing and a very stable job to sustain our family, and to have a chance to contribute for the providence of restoration. So I am very, very lucky and blessed to be, one of the chosen couples to, receive the blessing, because without the love of our true parents, without the love of our heavenly parents and true parents to their children, I, I think I would not be part of this, part of this world, or or anything that um, will be will be part of this society. So I believe for the past few years of my existence, I devoted myself for the providence, and now so we are in the next level of our journey. So every day I'm not thinking of my self anymore. It's just that doing something for a greater good, and for my family. That's the most priority, or the most of um, the highest priority at this moment is to sustain our daily needs. I know it's some kind of selfish to think that, just to sustain your daily needs, but um, we wanted also to prove to ourselves that, we don't want to ask any help from our physical family, since we've been gone for how many years. So, they let us find our way to start our own family. And yeah, with this pandemic, even though that we are here in Davao, and a lot of brothers and sisters in the different parts of the Philippines, we were still able to have a connection through with the technology right now. So I'm very lucky, I'm very blessed for this opportunity. And yeah, that's it for me for today. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Ma'am Iris. So I am very happy with that message, and I know all brothers and sisters were also inspired from what you have shared this morning. So to summarize with, may I use this small praise, the short praise. We cannot, she said, we cannot survive this pandemic if we are too selfish. Aju. So thank you, uh, Ma'am Iris, and we are very happy for now. You have that a very an ideal family with that the second gen, your blessed child. So we are happy for you. Thank you so much. Let's give a birthday clap to our sister Iris Tampipi Arcinas. So, my dear brothers and sisters, next to give his reflection is a. I have also a personal knowledge of this brother. He is a graduate from International Peace Leadership College, and he was enrolled in IPLC by the board member Raul Caballero, our Chunbo couple here in Davao Region and Atinubwe. And he applied as a scholar of board member Raul Caballero. And sa awa ng Panginoon, he finished a business management major in human resource. So once again, please welcome to give his reflection this morning, our brother, Paulo Jimby. Unmute po.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Kuya, and good morning, sir. I will share my reflection to the event that we conducted in our house because my father just passed away. During the 40 days, we conducted, my sisters helped me to um, conduct the blessing here. And also, I'm very thankful to Kuya Jojo for giving the blessing to all of my siblings. And I'm very lucky also because before my mother and my father passed away, they finished 40 days separation and 3-day ceremony and fully blessed couple. And I really also prioritized them for the ancestors' liberation, and and that's the reason that because all of my brothers and sisters have their own family already and their own children. So when I am doing mission separately from my mother and father, I realized that nobody is here taking care of my mother and my father since they are old already. So I decided to go back here, and maybe God has a reason for me to come back to hometown because I need to take care of my mother and my father. So during that time, I witnessed their sickness in the hospital until they died. From the beginning of my of my mother and my father, and yeah, it's very painful enough, and I really cry a lot of what happened to my parents. But later on, I realized that there is a purpose for everything, and and uh, and I'm very lucky that all of us receive blessings, and we have one blessed child from my elder sister and our lineage now. And I really feel that my mother and father is really happy in the spirit world right now. And because I cannot just hold this to myself, I really dream my mother. And you know, I'm very lucky that my mother done the seminar. He said to my father that she done the seminar and he need to go to uh, very far. She said that to my father. And um, since my father also left in this world with just a few months, um, I'm just thinking about the whole purpose that we are so lucky family because we received the blessing without hesitation, without doubt, and we receive it, and our determination is we will fulfill this blessing. And it's not really very difficult to witness to my family because of the foundation that my mother and father did. Although they are old enough to do the 3-day ceremony, but according to my mother, they've done it. So that's why we all of our siblings will follow them. And I'm very also thankful to my hardworking parents because all of us done study, college, have our own family, and I really pray that they will be able to help me soon also when I go back to mission. And I really want to have a good foundation also so that I can determine also in my life to fulfill my portion of responsibility as well. So I really want to even though the part of our life is very sad, there is also part of our life that also eternal happiness. So that is also what I really understand from our true parents, that even though that's really kind of life, but we need to embrace, we need to continue and doing our portion of responsibility, because this is really part of our life: birth, marriage, and death. So um, also, with that event happening to my mother and my father, I realized many things that I need to really go on and move on and fulfill my responsibility and build my family as well, so that later on, when I'm getting old, there will be someone in my generation who can able uh, to take care to take care um, of my life. And thank you. I'm very thankful to my mother and my father, especially to our true parents, for giving us the blessing and finally successfully done that all of us received the blessing. And because of that, all of my brothers and sisters also encouraged me that their husband and their wife and their parents and their brothers and sisters on their side will encourage them to receive the blessing also, maybe later on. Thank you very much, heavenly parents and true parents.
Yes, thank you, Brother Jimbic Paulo, for you have shared with us and you actually inspired us this morning. This brother, just a few months later, he experienced a very big trial in his life of faith, in which both his mother and father went to the spirit world just recently. And then, in spite of these trials, he said, I'm very thankful to God and our two parents for giving us a responsible parents. So before they went to the spirit world, both, uh, they prepared for us everything, and they were able to finish uh, their 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 college. So they are all professionals actually. And now, dalawa sa kanyang mga kapatid ay mga blessed couple and have second gen. And presently, two of his brothers, dalawa, two brothers niya is now in the purification period, in a 40 days separation. So hopefully, four of them or five of them will become our full-fledged blessed couple. So thank you so much, Brother Jimbic Paulo. Let's give him our birthday clap po for our brother. So at this point of time, we have to, I call on our great brother, Vincent Laguerta, Assistant Tung El Mudo instructor here in Davao de Oro, to give us and lead us the closing prayer.
Okay, good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, heavenly parents, friends, heaven, earth, humankind. So, please join me in prayer. So, good morning, brothers and heavenly parents, get your parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Heavenly parents, thank you so much for this day to give us a wonderful day once again. Thank you so much to extend our life, and thank you so much for everything. Give us a blessing to receive this day. And heavenly parents, thank you so much for guidance and protections to our mission in our life, Heavenly Parents. Heavenly Parents would like to say thank you for our national leader, Leong Hilohalog, to give us a wonderful message or lecture for this morning, Heavenly Parents. And please guide them in their family. And I'm praying for this day, for true mother, and to extend his life and give more year to lead this fallen world to witness all the fallen people and to unite all religions and countries and to live happily again. Heavenly Parents. And I'm praying for the people we are in hospitals and we have sick as parents. Please heal them and protect them and back their family to live and to live happily again. Heavenly Parents. And I'm praying for daily mission you're giving to us, and would like sorry for not fulfilling our daily mission in our life given to us. Heavenly friends, and I would like to say sorry once again for not controlling our desire, our eating desire, sexual desire, sleeping desires, for all our desires we have, that your parents. Heavenly friends, I'm praying for this day to give our strength and to continue our responsibility once again. Heavenly friends, I'm praying for all the leaders in working for the providence and sacrificing their life, and for all the members of Unification Church, dear friends, and all the people we don't know the providence, please get them, show them the path to back to God, Heavenly friends. And I'm praying for this day, for my family, my brothers and sisters, all the people. Heavenly friends, I offer this prayer in your parents' name, Jew.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Vincent Laguerta. And at this point of time, I would like to extend our gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents for giving us our inspiration this morning, and to our national leader who is always walang pagod po. You know, I realize every time I have 1 hour lecture, just 1 hour lecture scheduled, then I feel mixed anxiety. First, happy for once again could hear God's words, but second. Okay, so let's offer our unison prayer. Let's offer our unison prayer, sisters. Aju. Aju. So it's my piece po, Ma'am Yeb. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm sorry for mga pagkakamali po. The program na nabigay sa amin is not so specific po. The order, the chronological order is not so specific. So I'm sorry po sa mga pagkakamali. So at this point of time, I would like to thank our Heavenly Parent and true parents for the continuous embracing and extending their love for us Heavenly Parents. And of course, to our national leader, who is walang pagod na nagbibigay ng internal guidance every day. So can you imagine if we have only one lecture, masyado po akong anxiety how I could share the words and how I could inspire the people. But for our national leader, every day and every day. So now I realize if our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog, if he's not a man with a great heart, if he's not a man of sincerity, and if he is not a man of Jongsong, he could not have done these things. So with that, thank you so much for our national leader for every day becoming a channel of God's love for us. And for all our brothers and sisters who participated in this Hondoke for our opening prayer, the remark bais, the sabunim of the Bodi Oro, a spiritual son of our great brother from Infanta Quezon. Thank you so much, Remark Bais. And for the Hundok reading, our Braille Makaso, I'm sorry po, we do not have time, Kuya Braille, for practice reading. I'm so sorry. We don't have time for that. So you could read the impronto po. So thank you. He is a son of the one who offered the song. And for the 10 points of gratitude, our elder brother, a very supportive and a man of faith, brother Michael Alde. Thank you so much po. And for the song offering, one of our core member here in Abunturan, Jacinto Makaso. If with not your song, this morning Hondoke would not have been that wonderful. Thank you so much for that beautiful and wonderful song, brother Jacinto Makaso. For the reflections, our mom, Arsinas, thank you so much for your inspiration. And of course, our brother, Vic Paulo, the one who gave also his reflection. And for the closing prayer, our our assistant Tong El Modo instructor here in Compostela Valley Province, also another spiritual son of our great brother, Ray Raul Caballero from Infanta, Quezon, a leader. Thank you so much for brothers and sisters. With all the inspiration that we received this morning, may we use it to continue to work for the Providence and support our leaders. For our, sorry, I forgot our, yes, Ate Yeb Patulot, the Secretary to the President. Thank you for assisting me this morning. Halatang halata po na I'm not attending Hondoke, our national Hondoke. You know, in our place, every morning we have our center level na Hondoke because of our signal problem. One time po, if you remember, I was tasked by our regional director to give reflections. So 3 places po we transferred because before we could have that signal. And finally, when I give my reflection, I did not hear the internal guidance from our national leader. So yung reflection ko po is out of topic. I'm so sorry for that. Out of topic. Hindi ko po narinig yun nang nasa mountain kami. At napaiyak pa ako doon. Kaya sabi ko sarili ko, paiyak-iyak pa ako doon. Out of topic naman pala. Kaya, so we have a signal difficulty po. So to our regional director, I should not forget Ate Cora Jokadis, the most hardworking member, leader in our region. Thank you so much po, Ate Cora. So I'm so sorry po, I could not participate every time you need my participation. And of course, to our tribal leader, our honorable board member, Raul Caballero, and Ate Nubwe, who has a very, very big heart, even bigger than Davao region. That's how big heart our true mother, our spiritual mother has. Our Chunbo couple, board member Raul, thank you so much. To all the brothers and sisters and who attended this morning, to the 42 couples of Atinubi, the whole Davao region, the whole Philippines, the whole world, and the whole universe. Thank you so much for your attendance this morning. May we use this inspiration to support our true mother in this era of Chunilgu. Thank you so much. God bless us all.
Thank you very much po. Thank you po, Jojo. Thank you, Tita. Always
Thank you, Pastor Jojo. Thank you very much, Pastor. Our national leader, thank you so much.
Welcome po, Wengal. Ate Teresia, good morning. We are always working together in Pasay.
Good morning.
And the whole is yours.
Very nice MC, and I appreciate your gratitude for everyone.
Thank you so much. I have a lot of mistakes and errors.
No problem.
Okay lang, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Regards to Dr. Kito and Kelly, thank you so much po. Ate Yeb, thank you so much. I'm so sorry, Ate Yeb. I'm not so particular of the program. I have a lot of mistakes. Yeah, Reverend Leo, thank you so much po. Thank you so much. Ate Nubwe is still in Japan. Sabi ni Kuya Dexter, thank you po. Nabasa ko yung message mo. Sabi ni Kuya Jimbic, I'm sorry daw, Ate Nubwe. He